Welcome to the 2021 Heart of America Athletic Conference Women's Volleyball Media Day. I'm your host, Stephen Davis. Right now, we are joined by Baker University head women's volleyball coach, Matt Windle. Coach, thanks for taking some time for us. How are you doing today?
Doing well. Thank you for putting this together, and Tyler and everybody at the Heart. This is a pretty cool thing that we're doing, so we're excited.
Absolutely. We're excited to get the season going. Take us through the preseason. How has it gone so far for your team?
Honestly, probably the best preseason we've had in a long time. We had all our players get through it with limited injury soreness, so they were prepared coming in. That was a change. So that was a very nice thing to see. We worked hard. We saw a lot of things that we needed to see, and it's pretty clear that we could be a good team. So I think we're very happy with the way preseason went this year.
All right. Well, you get things started here coming up pretty soon. A couple matches in Columbia, and then some really tough opponents in Nebraska on the weekend on August 28th. What do you hope to see from your team in those first few matches?
First and foremost, competitive. We've got a little bit of a team concept this year that we're going to play with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder. So I've never been a coach that shied away from strength of schedule. I'm happy to line up against anybody, and we're ready to test. If we're going to play if we want to make the national tournament, we need to be able to find a way to beat these teams. And when we go play these teams, I want to see us compete. I want to see us do the things, our program standards that we have. I want, if we're doing those right, we're winning. So if we're doing the things that we preach every day, we're going to find a way to win. It may not be on the scoreboard, but we're going to find ways to fight and kick for every point. And we're going to be here to prove that we can play with anybody. And ultimately, we would love to come away with some wins as well.
So you're entering your sixth season now as the head coach at Baker, and you've been around the Heart for a while now. Take us through the conference and explain to folks who maybe aren't familiar with it how difficult this conference is week in and week out every match.
That's very difficult. Honestly, probably one of the top conferences in the country. In the South Division, we're boasting two top 12 teams each year. And we've got more that are pushing into that as well. So, in our South Division, we're home and away against some pretty good competition, and then others receiving votes. Then you look in the North, Grandview is always very good, always ranked in the top 15. And so our non-conference schedule is hopefully preparing us for a very tough conference schedule, because it can be brutal, but we love it.
Hey, you mentioned you don't like to shy away from playing anybody schedule-wise. That goes right along with the conference. Do you try to recruit the type of player who has the same mentality as you do?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's the ones that end up finding their way on the floor for us are usually those competitive kids that aren't afraid. We want to be okay going into a gym and saying, you know what, if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to beat us. And if you do, you're the better team at that moment. But like I said, we are still trying to find our way to the national stage. And to me, that's the best way to get there. We could schedule soft, but I've seen teams go to the national tournament that, 1, 2, 0 losses that go in there and they're just not prepared. So if you're going to get that far, you want to make sure you can play.
All right, let's talk about some specifics on this year's team. Who are some returners from a year ago that folks should take notice of when you guys take the floor to start the season?
Yeah, I would say, Taylor Kyle's our outside. She's a junior. She's been on the all-conference team every year she's been here. She's found another level too in preseason, which is pretty cool. Kelsey Simons is our other outside. She was also an all-conference player. smart player, not power, but she's very smart when it comes to what she does, and she thinks through the game really well. I think the other piece is probably Savannah Knott, who played some middle in the spring for us last year. She's played on the right side. The kid's just super athletic, just really, really athletic kid. And then we'll return our Libero, Jordan Hasbrook, who's still continuing to work on her defense every day. That kid is pretty relentless in what she does and how much she wants to work for things.
Who are some newcomers that you're excited about getting to see in live game action?
We've got a few. We've got a setter that came in from Texas, who was district setter of the year. She's got great hands. She's athletic. She's big. So, we're working through the freshman, learning the game, right? Managing the game as a freshman quarterback. And then we've got two other big middles that came in. We've got Allie Frank from Spring Hill, who is just big and powerful and another one of those relentless workers. She wants to make sure she does everything right at her best, and she's just big. And then Olivia Dykeman out of Colorado, who was an all-state player, smaller, middle, but man, that kid can bounce. That kid can jump out of the gym and can hit a great ball when it's there. So, those two, I'm really excited to see what they're going to do.
Definitely some excitement to see them in action. All right, it's always exciting to start a season, but this year maybe a little more exciting. Fans will be back allowed in arenas across the Heart. Looks like it'll be more of a normal fall season. What do you hope that fans see from your team when they watch them in person this year?
I'm super excited that they actually just get to watch them, honestly. We've harped on our program standards in our gym every day now, and it's character, it's results, it's integrity, it's hustle, it's all those intangible stuff. We've been concerning less with the points in that aspect. I want people to look at our team and go, man, that team competes. Like they are nonstop. And even when they're down, they're still coming at you. And when they're up, they're still coming at you. We just want people to be excited when we play. Like we want the energy level up in our gym. We want the fans on their feet and clapping and enjoying watching the game. Because honestly, that's what COVID kind of took away from us. I think last year, as a coach reflecting, we may have lost a little bit of passion in the game, right? Those games fun. Last year was more about protocols. It seemed like this year, I want people to see that this game is so much fun, and the smiles on their faces and things like that, honestly, is where we're really driving.
Well, we are looking forward to the fun when it gets started for you. Coach Windle, thanks for the time. Good luck this season.
Appreciate it. Thank you again.